Welcome back to Chicago Clubhouse Network. I am your boy, the Crooked Commish. Starting the show just a little early here. As you can tell, we're anxious to get this game started, to get the game rolling, and to get talking to Bears football here with you guys. So super excited, super eager, and like I said, just really hopeful that the Bears can leave Vegas even at 2-2. A lot of the times when we go to Vegas, that's kind of what we hope for, is just to break even, But like I said, we have a few players already out of today's game, some key players out. So we'll get into that, talk about that, and break down and get into what the hell it's going to take for the Bears, like I said, to leave Vegas with the 2-game winning streak and go into the bye healthy, relatively healthy, and with some momentum and some confidence. Hopefully Caleb Williams and this offense can look just as good as they did last week against the Dallas Cowboys. I know it surprised the hell out of me. I believe that most of us here in the clubhouse picked the Bears to lose to the Cowboys just because of how, horrendous their offense looked against Detroit. But like I said, to our surprise, and to the surprise of, I think, a lot of Bears people there at the stadium, they just ended up beating the shit out of Dallas. So, which was, like I said, great to see. Caleb Williams looked, like I said, much, much better. Ended up having 4 touchdown passes, no interceptions, no sacks, which is awesome, but kind of need to slow the hell down there for a minute, because unfortunately we have seen this kind of play from our quarterbacks in the past. Mitch Trubisky, we thought he had his breakout moment and his breakout game when he threw for 6 touchdowns and no interceptions and looked awesome against Tampa Bay. After that, didn't really see that kind of performance again from him. Justin Fields had a 4 touchdown, no interception game. I think that's the game where DJ Moore had 3 of those touchdowns against Washington. Didn't really see that level of play after that too often, at least through the air, I should say. So now we have Caleb Williams having a 4 touchdowns, 0 look awesome. He did the same trend the past Bears quarterbacks have been doing, and lay an egg for the next 3 games. So it was awesome to see this from Caleb, but I need to see this consistently. I would like to see him have at least 3 or 4 of these good games before he has another bad game, which is bound to happen. He's going to have another bad game. It's not like there's no more bad games ahead of Caleb here. So, but like I said, the main thing is, I'm hoping that Caleb Williams is not the reason that the Bears lose the game. He can't be the reason that the Bears lose these games. So anyways, before I keep getting into it and forget about my team background, let's go ahead and hit the intro and get the show started. And we are back. Like I said, eager to get this game rolling against the Raiders. Hopefully the Bears can continue to make Ashton Genty looked, subpar. Really hasn't been looking too impressive. Not as good as he looked in college. That's for damn sure. But that Raiders offensive line is a mess as well. So probably a bigger mess than what we've had to deal with. And that's pretty bad. But let's go ahead and get my co-host in here, the man who knows how to cook up anything and has a lot of hot takes cooking up as well. So my boy, Coach Chef, welcome to the show.
Yo.
How you doing?
Yo. Good. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to anyone who is not on Central Standard Time, and good afternoon to our people in the Midwest and East Coast. What's up? Feeling good about today.
Top of the morning to you. Hopefully, I'm sure some of you guys are ready. Yeah, you're into football already, watching some of these morning games and whatnot. We had a very, very early game at the crack of dawn over here at 6:30 for the Dublin game. That was the Vikings versus
I thought I woke up from a dream.
The Steelers there.
I woke up and I saw that. I was like,
say that again?
Why are they doing I thought they were doing a replay of another game. I was like, they don't do replays on games the day of NFL football. And I was like, oh shit, it's week 4. And then I was just like, oh man, did I start anybody from Minnesota? And I was like, I started Addison. And I was like, oh. And up until the big play in the fourth quarter, he was not having a good game. I think I got 0 points from Fryermuth in another league. Thank you, Aaron Rodgers. On the football tip, before we get Strictly Bears, serious knee injury appears to come from Neighbors, the receiver, the second-year receiver out of LSU who plays for the Giants. Because the 2 games we have are Giants, Chargers, and Eagles, Tampa Bay, and I saw Neighbors go down with seems like a big-time knee injury. His reaction is what made it seem significant, not necessarily knowing exactly what happened, but seeing it, the replay of it looks like he was thriving in pain. I believe is the word I want to use. Thriving. He was in a lot of pain. So,
oh boy.
Yeah. So the Giants are up 10-3 right now. Overthrow. Jackson Dart, the rookie, and Eagles are up 21-3 on Tampa Bay.
Well, thanks for the update there, Coach Chef. Before we get into the Bears talk, let's go ahead and get our third member of the team in here. He is one of the oldest Bears fans that we have here at the clubhouse, but he's not one of the quietest Bears fans we have in the clubhouse. He is always on level 10, and that's why we have to call him Amp. Amp, what is going on? How are you doing? Top of the morning.
What's good? How's everybody doing?
All right. So far, so good.
All right. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check. How we sounding, man?
Good. It'll be even better.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Good. Even better.
What's happening with that Minnesota game, man?
I haven't checked the score because we didn't get the Minnesota game, so I'd have to check. The score.
Pittsburgh won 24-21, I believe.
Okay. You talking about? Oh yeah, they won. Yeah, Minnesota lost. That was the Dublin game. Yeah, Minnesota lost by 3 to the Steelers. They came back late, but they lost.
Which is good. That helped.
Yeah, most definitely. So you know what? Before we get into talking, let's just go ahead and just do our last week review.
So let's talk about who's active and who's not active for the Bears game.
Okay. Quick actives. Pretty much were known since Wednesday, but we have a couple, three people questionable. So people who are out today. No TJ Edwards. He's been out, obviously, for the past couple games, or since game 1. No Grady Jarrett, who is still suffering from a knee concerns. He's officially out. Probably more of a concern for that. As you know, we got a bye week coming up after this game, so let's get these guys healthy. And Darnell Wright, it looked like he hyperextended his elbow. but he came back in the game in the fourth quarter, but he hasn't practiced at all this week. Neither of those guys had any practices this week. So if you're not going to practice the whole week and you're not a quarterback, you're not going to play. So, or if you're not like, the man, if you're not the top paid guy, you're not going to play. So those three guys are out, which is okay. I think that the fill-ins for them will be sufficient for the time being. Noah Sewell has been playing for TJ Edwards. I think he's been doing a pretty solid job, especially versus the run when he can get to the guys. We can get that Shamar Turner young man who I think he ended up with he played a significant about 30% of the snaps last week. Didn't get any stats, but he'll get some more snaps to get some more experience when Grady Jarrett's not there. And without Darnell Wright, we will see Theo Benedict, I'm pretty sure, because he was the one who filled in for him when he went out for several plays last week. And then three questionable are Gordon with the hamstring, hip for Colston Loveland, and a hip for DeAndre Swift. I'm pretty sure DeAndre Swift will play because he was limited. He actually practiced this whole week. The two guys which are questionable still, obviously because it's questionable, but who didn't practice as much would be Kyler Gordon. Maybe he'll play because we need someone in the slot, but maybe we'll give him an extra week with the bye week coming up, and as well as Loveland, who only practiced on Friday limitedly. So those are the Bears updates. And then for the Vegas Raiders, their secondary tight end, Michael Mayer, is out. The kid from Notre Dame, he's out with concussion issue. They got a cornerback, D. Richardson. He's out with a hamstring. No, he's not. No, correction. He's questionable, so he may play because he's practiced and he was full participant in practice on Friday. So they've only got one guy out and they got one guy questionable. But I think we're kind of we're not in the exact same spot we were last week, but we didn't have TJ at all last week, and we may not have Gordon. So I think we'll manage. Mm-hmm. Everybody got me?
Got you.
Okay.
I didn't hear no response. Your thoughts on this upcoming game?
I listened to the camera. Everybody was looking back at me. I didn't know what was going on.
Got you. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's what we're looking with the injuries this week so far. Hey, let's get into some last week.
Go ahead, Amp. What are your thoughts on the game going on?
Oh, man. I'm feeling good about it. This is one that we should win. I think that we should win. We have to contain what's his name? Getty, the running back. He's averaging 2.2 yards a carry. So I don't want this to be the game where he gets off the snide.
True.
You know what I mean? I don't want this to be that game because if that happens, man, we're gonna have problems. If we can't stop this kid, you know what I mean? We're gonna have problems. But I do feel good about overall. I feel good about the team. I like what Caleb Williams did last week. You know, kept his eyes downfield even when he left the pocket. I like that, man.
You feeling good this week? You feeling good this week? Because you weren't feeling good last week.
Yeah, I just said that. Yeah. After watching him, man, this is one that you should get, man. I seen improvement from the kid, and I just want him to, make it a snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to score 4 touchdowns. Just keep doing what you was doing, though. You know what I mean? Protecting the ball, getting it where it should be. You know what I'm saying? He missed some targets. He missed some open targets, but he didn't turn the ball over. So, 298, 4 touchdowns.
He was not sacked our game.
No.
Darnell came back in.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to see what the kid does. Matter of fact, just that entire unit, since Darnell Wright is out, and it's not like Darnell Wright has been grade A. You know what I'm saying?
The penalties. He's got like 6 penalties in the
that part.
Him not getting rated higher, but the penalties have been an issue.
Mm-hmm. So let Benedict, or what about Ozzie? What's going on with Ozzie Tapukio?
Trapillo, right now, with Darnell Wright out, if he doesn't start, he's officially the swing tackle. So it seems that the Canadian Eagle has surpassed him on the depth chart. But hey, he's still a young guy. Right tackle is his natural position when he played in college.
Right.
But Theo Benedict has played. He's been in the system. He was on a practice squad predominantly last year, but the kid showed great promise. I mean, I know he played Canadian college football, but he played it at a high level. No, he was not drafted, but it wasn't like he was an average college player. He was an elite Canadian tackle. For, people are going to say, oh, it's Canadian college football. Well, guys from small schools, American or Canadian, make it all the time to the NFL. So if you can play, you can play. Jeff Saturday was an undrafted free agent from North Carolina, which is a big school, and he was undrafted, and he played a decade in the NFL. So if the kid's shown that his potential is grown, give the kid the snaps until other guys are ready.
But Jeff Saturday was special. He was special. Jeff Saturday is some grown trees.
I'm just saying that guy wasn't a highly talented guy coming out of college. He was an undrafted, and he became a guy who the Colts weren't even his first team that he signed with, being a free agent. I think that was like after a cut he had got to the Colts, and then he had become, he worked his way up to becoming a starter and a potential Hall of Fame candidate. So I'm just saying, guys can.
He didn't make the Hall of Fame yet. He didn't make the Hall of Fame yet.
No, not yet. No, he hasn't come up yet.
That's overdue.
So I don't think he's even been retired long enough yet. But center's one of those weird positions. Centers are not as respected as like tackles are, on the offensive line. It's harder for guards and centers to make the NFL, but especially for centers to make it. But last week, Caleb played amazing. I'm not going to downplay it. You play who's on the schedule. You beat who's on the schedule. No sacks. People are going to say, oh, the Cowboys pass rush is trash or their secondary is trash. Well, we didn't keep it close. We beat them resoundingly. We had a 19-play drive in the second half that ended in a touchdown. So we took advantage of all the things that we weren't sure that they would take advantage of. The problem was we thought that it would be a shootout because both defenses were questionable. And we thought that the Cowboys would be a little better because their offense has been together longer. They have more experience. And the Bears, in typical recent history, is they bend, but they didn't break. They caused 3 turnovers, 3 picks, especially 3 in the second half, and 2 close out the game. So they played a way above expectation. I'm looking. I just had the paper. I was looking at the scores that we had for last week, and we all got it wrong, which is a blessing. I'm glad we all got it wrong, but we all had it as I guess we all predicted it would be a high-scoring game. I did get one score right. I had the Cowboys 31-30. The Bears won 31-14. So, it's going to take. It's not real credit.
So you got the 31.
I got the 31. I got the 31. I got the 31. I was like, somebody's going to get 31.
Right.
I'll take my 1% win. But from last week, just other than that, we saw improvement. I've been saying that I think the Caleb has been improving every week. We saw a big jump from week 2 to week 3, but I personally thought it was a big jump, a significant jump from week 1 to week 2. Yes, the Lions game got out of hand, but he didn't play poorly in that game. Like, the defense still gave up 50 points. Like, it wasn't like, oh, he's playing poorly. He played well.
His footwork and keeping his eyes downfield in that game, it was bad. It was bad. It was like he hadn't practiced or he hadn't played before. It was bad. But I don't even want to talk about that 52 burger, man. That still kind of stings a little bit. You know what I mean?
Hey,
giving up 52 points.
They're a good team. The Lions, they're winning now, I believe. If I want to, I'll give you the Lions score soon. But they won last week. Week 3, the Lions beat the Ravens. So the Lions are a bona fide team. But with them beating the Raiders last week, you know who didn't? You know who didn't win their matchup last week in the NFC? You know who didn't win? You know who lost? You goddamn right the Packers didn't win. You goddamn right. You goddamn right.
There's always a good Sunday. It's always good when they lose, man.
Ooh, I saw that field goal by Brownies. I was like, yo, Brownies. Cleveland rock. Cleveland rock. Cleveland rock.
Yeah.
It's probably going to get. But it's still football. Like, at the end of the day, no matter what predictions are, there's a reason why there's only been 2 undefeated regular season teams in NFL history. Anyone can lose any given Sunday. So Packers are obviously going to take losses. All these teams are going to, every team in the league is going to get a loss, even though we have a lot of undefeated teams. Actually, right now the Lions are playing. They're up 20-0 on the Browns. So they're trying to put that away this halftime. Give me 1 second, guys. I got little man. What's up, buddy?
So I wanted to ask you guys, do you think with the issues that we kind of have with our offensive line, do you think Ben Johnson has something up his sleeve or something in mind to be able to contain the Mad Max over there, so it doesn't completely wreck the Bears' kind of game plan or what they're even trying to do?
What can he do, Commish? What you gonna keep a tight end in? You gonna use a back to chip? He don't even want to run a 2 running back set. So if they bring one in, an extra one in, more likely he's in there to block Crosby, man. The tight ends, man, I think it'll be a waste. It'll be a waste, but if he fit to bring an extra tight end in just to block when both of them are first round picks, what? You got to deal with it, man. You got to go with it, man. That's his game. We've seen that. I'm not like what I seen out of Swift last week. I'm not a Swift guy. Just put it like that. I'm not a Swift guy. I'm just not, especially when it comes to pass protection. Yeah, man. When it comes to pass protection, he had one. Yeah, he picked the guy. He picked it up. He picked up the linebacker real good. He had one, but I'm just not a Swift guy as far as running in between the tackles, and I'm trying to figure out what Ben Johnson is trying to do here, man. I mean, that Swift as your only back, and then you bring in Menange. You bring him in the third quarter, man. It's like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Like any other player at any other position, they have to get lathered up, man. You know what I'm saying? Got to get loosened up. And then you bring him in the third quarter, run him for 2 plays, and then you sit him down. Like, I don't get it. I see that we picked up a running back. We picked up a running back, Brown.
Yeah, it was the same guy we had in the preseason.
Yeah.
So here's my question to you. What would you personally want to see as the distribution of carries? Because before you give me that answer, I would say I've watched the past 2 games. The run blocking has been atrocious no matter who's running the ball. They did have a really good drive in the second half, but the Bears are getting a lot. Like last year, we could say Swift was missing holes. I think watching him in the past 3 games, I think he's probably I would say there are 3 run plays where I'm like, maybe he could have took a sooner hold. But really, they're getting a lot of penetration. Like, he's getting hit in the backfield. He's not getting hit, he's not dancing like he's usually do. I think with Eric Bieniemy as a running back coach, I think that they've gotten him to be a little bit better of hitting the hole harder. I don't see him doing a lot of movement. I see him putting his head down and being more aggressive. He's never going to be a downhill runner, but being able to take the first hole he sees, I think he's been a lot better. I just think the blocking has been extremely poor as far as running goes. DJ hasn't the 2 or 3 DJ gets, but my question to you would be, what would you like to see the running proportion compared to Swift, compared to Monangai, compared to DJ, or even Roshan when he's healthy? How would you, if it was up to you, what would be the run distribution?
That's my thing. First of all, I don't like to see that wide receiver in the backfield, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a sign of weakness. It reminds me of Eberflus. It reminds me of the Eberflus offense. I don't like to see the wide receiver in the backfield. I would like to see Swift square up. First of all, I'd like to see a 2-back system, that ground and pound. That Swift. You know what I'm saying? Outside. And then somebody that's downhill that's gonna square their shoulder pads up and hit that hole and keep moving. him trying to run Swift and all these plays, and then having to put DJ Moore back there or another wide receiver back there, man, it's obvious, man. We know where you're going with this. It's bad. I want a 2-back system, and Swift has improved, but he is not that downhill runner. You need a downhill runner. You need a downhill runner in the NFL. I mean, look at Gentry. Look at Gentry for the Raiders, man. I mean, that cat, man. Yeah. Trying to run downhill.
Horrible. He's been horrible.
Yeah.
Their line is
horrible. That's my point. That's my point.
I didn't buy the Gentry hype because what I've seen when he's not also getting hit in the backfield, they haven't been the best pass rushing. Is he's trying to do something?
Whoa! You said you didn't buy it. I could have sworn you were like Bear should have took him. I could have sworn you said that.
Don't do me. Don't do that.
I could have sworn you said that. I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just saying. Like when he was in college, man, and in the draft, I you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I forget things, man.
I didn't think he was the best back in the NFL club. I didn't think he was the best back. I thought the kid from...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm about to be like, hey, we need to beat outside. Don't be telling them lies on me.
I could have sworn you said that, Coach.
No, I could have
sworn you said that.
I thought he lacked elite explosion, which is what we're seeing right now. I'm not saying like this. Level. I'm just saying that I thought my number one running back coming out of the draft was the kid who's with the Chargers now, the kid from North Carolina. That was the number one running back coming out of the draft for me. Gentry was probably third or fourth because I also had him. I had the kid from North Carolina, and I had the kid who plays for the Browns now, who was one of the two running backs from Ohio State.
Gentry was my
Gentry was my third running back. I thought he would be. I just thought that that he ran away from guys at that level. I didn't think he had the speed to run away from guys. So now it's like he can't run away from those guys. So he's trying to run over everybody. You can't run over everybody in the league. You're not playing people who are afraid of you. People aren't afraid of contact for the most part in the NFL. You're not playing Fresno State.
Right.
So I didn't think he was the best.
But there are members of the Chicago Clubhouse podcast that wanted to draft him. There are.
Of course there are. And I laughed in their face.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they are.
I thought it.
I thought you were one of them, man. My bad.
You better put a screenshot. It sounds like a Frank. That sounds like the Frank the Tank take.
My bad.
Frank, but that sounds like your take. That sounds like a take. That's something from Commish said he'll be back, so it'll just be me and you.
Okay.
So, just looking up just real fast because once again, I just don't think that the line has been good blocking. And I know that people are not the biggest Swift fans. Okay, that's granted. In 3 games, he only has 42 carries. The next person is Caleb with 16. We're not going to count that. So the next running back has 13. So even Swift's not even getting a lot of carries as being the number one back. Like he's barely averaging 12 touches running the ball a game. And I think the big part of that is because if you're not getting in a rhythm with running the ball, you tend to run the ball less if you're not getting yards. And there's a trickle down effect. If he's not getting yards and being successful, then Monunga's not going to get as many yards. If we run the ball more successful, you're going to see more carries from all of the backs. Roschon hasn't had a carry all season. We're getting some end around things going. DJ's had 6 carries, so he's had less than Monunga. But no one's averaging. The only back, Swift is at 3.5. Monunga, even if you add in that big loss he had last week because he bounced around, he's averaging 3.4 and DJ's averaging 2.5. We're not running the ball really well, regardless.
So question, man. What is Johnson trying to do, man? What is he trying to do? And matter of fact, not even Johnson. Let me rephrase that. How did Poles not know that we needed running backs?
I don't think
we needed a running back. It is an issue. If you can't run the ball, you can't pass successfully, man. If you can't run the ball, you know what I'm saying? That's why you're putting DJ Moore back there, man. That is an issue. I thought left tackle was an issue. The running back position for the Chicago Bears is an issue. Anytime you got, like you said, you got Swift back there with 43 carries, 43 touches all season. That we're going into the fourth game. You're going into the fourth game, so you virtually don't have a running back. You got 43 touches and
you don't have a running game. You don't have a running game. That's
we had a running game last year, and that's not good. That's not good.
Look back on it. Swift was averaging less than 2 yards a carry the first 2 games of the season. He came on by week 3, 4, and 5, and he just missed 1,000 yards. Now in the 17 games.
How much longer do we expect him to do that, man, before he get folded?
What I'm saying is that I don't think benching him for another running back helps.
I didn't say that. I said you need another running back there. Go to a 2-back set.
Well, we didn't have 2 backs last year. Remember our fullback last year.
I know.
I know. Unfortunately, fullback is a dying art. Now, Ben Johnson ran the ball. He ran the ball being the offensive coordinator for the Lions, but the Lions have a better offensive line. Now, here's something I want to say. We had Montgomery as a running back for the Bears, and Bears fans keep saying, look what he's doing with the Lions. He's so much better. He's better because the line is better. He's not a better player. His production is better in a 2-back system because the Lions line is literally one of the top 5 offensive lines.
Is he better than Swift? Is Montgomery better than Swift? Yes, he is.
As a pure runner, yes.
He is.
As a pure runner, yes.
That's what I'm saying. So you Poles didn't want to pay him an extra. What was it? $2 million.
I know where this is going. I know the argument. The argument is going to go. We got to move on. We got to move on a little bit. So in regards to the running game, you and the majority of Bear fans are not Swift fans. I don't have a problem with Swift if you have complementary running backs, a Manungai, a John running back. Now, but the line, they're not blocking for anyone. Last year, Johnson did not have a good season, and he's your power back. In fact, he had a worse season as a second-year player than he did as a rookie because the line was not blocking. And Swift still was able to almost have 1,000 yards, and he only had like 250. No, he didn't even have 250 carries last season because also he's got big play potential. So you're subtracting one thing for another thing. Eventually, the running game is going to click. The running obviously is going to hurt because now you only have an offensive line who's only been together for now 3 games because Darnell Wright is out. But I think the running, watch the line. Just watch when everyone watches the game today, watch any running. Just watch the penetration. If you have a DVR, if you can pause the live TV, just do it. Just do it for the first 5 running plays of the game. If you have a running play and you see penetration before the handoff, or you see that the offensive line is not getting a push, like to run the ball, the offensive line has to push people off the line of scrimmage. If they're stalemating at the line of scrimmage, that's not positive for your running game. But let's move on to let's move on from the running game. Let's talk about some more stuff. Let's talk about the defense in response to the running game for the Raiders. So Ashton Jeanty has not gotten off this year as far as his success running the ball. In fact, he's one of the worst in the league for predicted or missed running opportunities. Low key is almost starting to remind. Well, it's early because he's a rookie. He's almost starting to remind me of a former great Heisman Trophy running back in college who was not successful in the NFL, and Trenton Richardson, who had an rookie year but fell off. And I think the problem with him is the same problem with Richardson. They're not. One is a vision thing. 2 is what do you excel at and what are you good at based on what they're asking you to do. So the Bears, unfortunately, when it comes to against the run, we are, I think, 30th versus the run. Right now, defensively, the Bears are 26th in allowed running yards.
I thought it was 28th.
That might be another advanced stat, but just based off defensive ranking versus yardage, they are 26th. They're 26th in the league. Now, yards per carry, allowed yards per carry, we're 31st. Okay. So that's more dramatic, obviously. So that's the thing that obviously we're more worried about is the fact that if you already don't have you already have a defense that is allowing a lot of yards per carry, then you're going against a back who's not averaging yards, this may be a possible game that he may be more successful.
Yeah, and that's why I preface it by saying that, like, we cannot let him get off the snide, man. We cannot. At 2.2 yards to carry. If we do that, man, I think the Bears are going to get cooked. But I'm not, me personally, I'm expecting them to keep this kid in check. You know, everybody else has. You know, and I do have faith in Dennis Allen and his defense. I would like to see a lot more blitzes, but I do understand that if you put that defense in man coverage, they're going to get cooked.
Because right now, I was listening to the Bears conference with Dennis Allen. There was a montage on the Bears YouTube channel with Dennis Allen. It was the Dennis Allen, the offensive coordinator, the young man. I can't think of his name right now. The offensive coordinator, about their game plan. But all coaches are going to say the same thing. Declan Doyle, the OC, and then the special teams coach.
Hightower is a special teams coach.
Yeah, Hightower. Every week the game plan changes. It's not like you watch film and then you say, okay, we're going to take all the things we did really, really good and we're going to do them all over again. Now, yes, you do, but this isn't high school where, hey, you have like your base 5 plays you're going to run every game and then you just run a bunch of plays based off your 5 plays. It is that way in the league, but you have to remember the NFL, there's thousands of plays, formations, motion, 3 tight ends, 2 tight ends, 4 receivers, so many variations. So you're going to take the things that you did good and you're going to adapt them to more formations, more situational things. But things are really based in the NFL off of situation. What does the other team do poorly, and what can we do against the things that they do poorly? Right
what now, can we exploit? Where can we exploit them? Mm-hmm.
The thing that Dennis Allen has to manage is we don't have the DBs to run a lot of man, which is what he wants to run. So we're going to have to he's going to probably put in, say, hypothetically, I don't have that stat, but say the Bears run man defense with a healthy lineup the first game 2 when you had most of your starters minus Gordon. Say they ran man 65% of the time. Now you're down Gordon and you're down Johnson. So maybe you run man defense 50% of the time because your base defense is man, but you have to put in more zone to compensate for the lack of athleticism for the guys that you have. And injuries, obviously. And then he blitzes more than Eberflus, but he's not a high potential blitzer. Plus, so when you blitz, you lead your guy. Typically, when you blitz, you are going to run a lot more man. So when you rush more, you play a lot more zone. And then when you blitz more, you're playing a lot more man because you have to cover guys and you don't have the bodies to play in more in space. So it'll be interesting to see it. Geno Smith is a resurgent quarterback the past 5 years of his career.
A wily veteran. Yeah.
But he has to play. He has potential to have a big game, but he hasn't played the best offensively. And
that concerns me. That concerns me right there also. You know what I mean? With our corners and our safeties and Geno Smith, like you said, he has not had an explosive game this year. This is only week 4. But I don't want the Bears to be that team. Again, I say, to get them off the snide, man. I don't, and Geno Smith, he can't pick them apart. He can't pick them apart. He'll get you 3, 4, 5 games in a row and then, then give you the old hiccup. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want this game to be that game, man. That's it. That's it. I can't hear you, Chef.
No, my boys are talking to me. I put them on mute. So I think it's going to be a microcosm of things. If we see the Bears can't stop the run, which will lead to them with the Raiders to do what? More play action. We'll open up the pass.
Play action. Mm-hmm.
So it is a microcosm of both. I think that if you force Geno to only pass the ball, we'll have more success because just like last week versus Dak, if you could get Geno to have that one series where he's pressing to force the ball, we can get another turnover or cause a fumble or a sack. So that's what you want a guy like Geno. Like if you give Geno time, like any quarterback, they'll pick you apart. But if you have a successful run game to do the play action with his experience, then obviously he'll be more successful. If they're just relying on Geno to go back there and throw it 50 times a game, I don't think the Raiders can beat the Bears. He's throwing it 50 times a game without any run support, because then the Bears can just pin, as the saying, pin your ears back and just go
get the quarterback and go get them. Yeah.
Yeah. Commish, put that comment back up, please. Oh, before I read that, keep that up. We forgot to say we're 40-something minutes into the podcast. Hey, everyone, if you're still watching, yes, please like and subscribe to our channel, Chicago Clubhouse Network. This is the Bears pregame. The Bears pregame. Lord, now I can't talk. Chicago Clubhouse Network. This show is called the Bears pregame report. Pregame report. Chicago Clubhouse Network. Like, subscribe. Hit us with the HBO special. Help a brother out. Please tell your friends and family about the show. We go on before every Bears game, Sunday night, Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning for us Mountain West time people. The game comes on at 10. Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night, Saturday night if they play later in the season. Whenever the Bears play, we will bring you a show guaranteed.
Pre-game. Before the game.
Before the game. You damn right. Go ahead, Commish. Put that last comment back up. I apologize. We're doing some more shooters. Oh, yes. Okay. Also, just to pump some more stuff. One second. I am. Yes. So follow me also on TikTok. I have two channels. I have my personal channel, which is Coach_Chef, but I have my football and Bears channel. I'm trying to push out more content to cover some more college football. I'm a Fighting Illini fan. Go ILL. Against USC, last minute field goal yesterday. ILL. So Big Ten all day. After a horrible loss last week, but you can also follow me for my Bears content and my football content on host.coach_chef as well on TikTok. So if you look up Coach Chef on TikTok, I'm pretty sure my page will pop up, or if you type in Bears. But specifically, if you're looking for me, host.coach_chef on TikTok. And if the Bears win, I will be doing another Bears win shooter. Last week, I posted on TikTok that I did a shooter called a jackhammer, or I renamed it a crown hammer. Is when you take obviously a quarter, half a glass of beer, you put 2 shots of whiskey, which was Crown Royal. You take a shot, the other shot drops in. It's a shooter, drops in the beer, and you chug that too. So after every Bears game, I'm going to do a shooter for every Bears win until I'm sick of doing shooters because the Bears are winning too much. The goal is, what type of person do you think I am? Do you think that I'm a Bears fan that likes doing shooters, or do you think I'm a Bears fan that loves doing shooters? Only time will tell. So follow us on that, as well as follow us on all the social media, YouTube, Facebook, Chicago Clubhouse Network, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, as well as follow our members. I know you don't have a TikTok, Am, but I know that Crooked Commish has a TikTok. Mr. Chicago has a TikTok that we all loop through Chicago Clubhouse Network. So follow us on that. Get more content. We'll be pushing out more content. I'm working on putting out content every day, but I definitely do it on Bears. Sunday night, I give a Bears review of the game Sunday night. And if they win, you will see a Bears shooter of my choosing. I've got a little bit of drink back there. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's get into quick scores. So right now, as we already know that the Lions, hey, bear down. Thank you, Bears fan forever. Check us out.
Bear down.
Remember, we also have, oh Lord, please like and comment. Please ask us any question. We also have a super chat that you can, you will definitely get priority when you enter the super chat to help us out with some more content. What else? AC and how much we winning by. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to get to that. Vikings obviously lost in Dublin, right? They were in Ireland. Yeah, Vikings lost today to the Steelers. The Lions are up right now. So like I told people, the best team in the division is the Lions. Yes, they got a scare from the Packers earlier, but the Lions did lose to the Browns. Right now, the Lions are handling the Browns. The Packers, although Minnesota won big versus Cincinnati last week, like they won really big. Like Carson Wentz looked like almost old MVP Carson Wentz, but they went against a very strong team. There's an update. Malik Neighbors is believed to have torn his ACL. Sarah. So I'm watching, I don't know what games you're getting right now on in Chicago, but the games
I don't have the TV on, man. I'm getting ready to go someplace, so I don't even have it on. Oh, okay, that's bad.
Yeah, so the games we're getting the Philly Tampa Bay game, that's 24-6, and then we're getting the Giant Chargers game. So I saw the play where he was going on a pass, and it looked like he just like stepped wrong or something going for it, and he tried to leap forward, and he came down, and he was writhing in pain. So yeah, it's suspected that he's torn his ACL. Obviously, they'll know more tomorrow. Tomorrow after a more extensive MRI, but that would be completely unfortunate. Jackson Dart looked like he was his first start today as they benched
Russell Wilson.
So yeah, I do want to kind of break down some more of the Raiders though. So right now, obviously Geno has 800 yards passing. Genty and Swift are not playing good because Genty only got 144 yards this season. And then they have a receiver, Jacoby Myers, who's a very productive receiver coming into his own.
I like him. I like that kid. I like him.
He's a very good receiver. We talked about earlier, offensively, what Ben Johnson's plan is for stopping a guy like Max Crosby, Max with two X's. Also, although he's from the South, he played in the MAC division. He played at Eastern Michigan, so shout out to the Midwest again on that one. I think that Ben is very cognizant. He plays a lot of 12 personnel, one running back, two tight ends. I think having those tight ends is a benefit for doing both things. The benefit is blocking. I think Coach Loveland has done a better job blocking than expected, although he is battling injury. But I saw 3 tight ends last week versus the Cowboys as well. So I think we're going to benefit from keeping a back end. I think all our backs are solid in protection. Manungai, he's young, but seems like he wants to put his nose in. I do trust the running back coach. I think Swift has done a much better job than people expected him to do. I know you said you saw him stick his nose in. I think he's playing a lot, I hate to say tougher, but he looks to be a little tougher this year in his running.
More willing. Yeah, that's what he looks like, yeah.
Sometimes sounds like the guy's not trying, but sometimes you need a coach. You know, we all know that the running back coach here with the Bears is a very hard. The enemy, he's going to yell at you, but he's going to press for you to be better. And I think that's what this coaching staff is bringing with their youth and experience. You need a mixture of both. I know people were talking after the first 2 losses. They're like, oh, Declan Doyle, he's too young to be OC. You need a healthy mix of young and veteran coaches because who are the next coaches to come up into the rankings? They're going to be young coaches, guys in their 20s, early 30s. So you need that mix. I really, really do. No matter what happens, I am a big fan of this coaching staff because of their experience and Ben Johnson's ability to get guys who are not just his friends, but guys who are going to challenge him to be better as a head coach. And that's what you want in a coaching staff. So I trust this coaching staff full-heartedly. With that being said, I think the game plan today will be, obviously, you got to identify Max Crosby every play. You can't slide every single coverage to him because the tackles are going to have to block individually. But I think more times than not, since Crosby doesn't come off the field, you're going to see a lot of chips. You're going to see a lot of tight ends on the side.
You're going to have to go at him. At some point, you're going to have to run at him. You're going to have to put play in his direction, man. Yeah.
Our tackles, Theo Benedict, and also our left tackle who had a really good game last week. I know the Cowboys aren't the best pass rushers, but my man had a good game. And yes, my left tackle, Braxton Jones. I'm a Braxton Jones guy. I think that he's a better tackle than he's given credit for. I think he's an average tackle. I know people want an elite tackle, but hey, everybody can't be elite. Sometimes you're going to have some.
Initially, you said good tackle. I'm saying like he's serviceable. He's serviceable. He's mid. He's mid. Now, nowadays generation, mid is bad, but mid is what it is. It's middle of the road. And if you have really good help or other positions, you can win with a serviceable tackle. Until otherwise. Now, obviously, yes, you're gonna get one-on-one, and he's a great player. So if you see Braxton Jones get beat or Theo Benedict, guess what? They're going against a great player. He's not a mid player. Max Crosby is an elite player. He can wreck the game, but you don't want to focus so much on Max
that you allow another guy to have a career game versus you. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to, max, and then somebody has a bad blocking, for a player or two, and then a guy who we've never heard of or who's a backup or a rotation guy gets a sack fumble. You don't want that to happen. So the game plan will be, obviously, you're aware of all the players, but obviously he's the key player. I think their secondary is not very good. I think their secondary is worse than our secondary, and we're dealing with injuries.
I don't know if that's possible. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible that their secondary can be worse than our secondary. I don't think that's possible. Nope. I have absolutely no confidence, none, at this point this week in our secondary. None, man. And that's scary. That's scary. Yeah, man.
They played well last week. There's very good receiver. I think Dak and the Cowboys passing offense is better than the Raiders offense.
We'll see. We'll see. Was that just a mirage? Was that just a mirage what we saw from the secondary? Because I'm not feeling right. I'm not at all. Not at all.
Right now, the Raiders defense is 24th in the league in yards allowed, passing yards allowed. They're 24th. They are also 11th, so they're middle of the road in passing touchdowns allowed because they've only allowed 4. But they've allowed 711 yards passing. So their defense is susceptible.
They've only allowed 4 passing touchdowns in 4 games?
3 games. Three touchdowns.
Games.
4 touchdowns in 3 games. I can't think of anybody of any I can't think of anybody in their secondary. They've got a couple guys, but they're not known for their coverage. Both their safeties are really known for being like box safeties. They're not really known for playing really deep, being really good at it. Their cornerbacks are Bly Kelly. Jeremy Chin is their safety, but he's more of a box safety because he has 15 tackles this year. Let's see. What is who interceptions this year? They have 1 interception this year, and it's by one of their safeties who's also known for being more of a physical safety. So they only have 1 interception this year. Who's more likely to get a touchdown this week? Burton or DJ or Borden? Oh man, I don't.
I'm hoping DJ, man. I'm hoping DJ. That way he can be more of a.
Both of them last week. All 3 of our big timers scored last week. So
DJ and
I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if I would take an anytime touchdown. You know what? If you were placing multiple anytime touchdown parlay bets, I would take one or the other in separate ones. But I definitely wouldn't put them together in the same parlay. Going back to the Bears offense and against the Raiders, I think that we'll have more success. I think they're 18th versus the run. So they're 18th versus the they've allowed 342 yards this year in 3 games. So they're averaging over 100 yards rushing against them a game, which is 18th. So they're not as bad as we are, although yards per carry, they're 18th and we're 31st. But I think that this will be another game where if we can put up 24, 25, 28 points, I think we have a better chance of winning. If it's a closer game, then obviously it's going to come down to those critical plays. Frank, Raiders have a better coach. They have a more experienced coach. They have a Super Bowl winning coach. So, yeah, I'll give you that. And we'll have a better game plan.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Pete Carroll's a defensive coach. He's not an offensive
Pete Carroll, I was just about to say, Pete Carroll was more of a defensive coach. Going up against a Johnson offense, man. I'll take my chances with Johnson on that.
With the talent we have,
matchup. Yeah, as far as offensive, defensive.
I don't think it's a push as far as talent. But you know what? Let's do this before we back into it. Let's just take each position group. So let's start from the top. If you had a choice to pick head coaches, who would you pick? I'd pick Pete Carroll because of his experience. So I'd go Pete Carroll. Coaching staff as a whole, I'd take the Bears as a whole.
The Bears.
As a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's Chip Kelly. Patrick Graham is their defensive coordinator. Greg Olson's quarterback coach. Joe Philbin's got great experience. Chris Betty is the receiver coach. Chris Betty was our receivers coach prior to the regime that we have currently. Yes, I'll take Pete Carroll as a whole. Chip Kelly, I still think he was a better college coach and play caller. He has several national championship with Ohio State, and with the whole NIL thing, it's probably not something he wants to continue to do. But
I take the Bears coaching staff. I take the Bears coaching staff over the Raiders as a whole. As a whole,
quarterback right now. I think Caleb is ascending, so I would take Caleb right now. Quarterbacks, even with Geno's experience.
Wide receivers, Bears.
Bears. You got to go back. If you say running back, I say push. I think neither running back games have been successful so far, so I'd say push. Go receivers. They do have Jacoby Meyer. They do have an elite tight end. So if you put receivers in a group together, tight ends and receivers, I would still give it to the Bears as a group.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem today. That tight end.
Oh, of course. He's going to be a problem every week.
He's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem.
This is why you wish a guy like T.J. Edwards was healthy. This is the reason why you wish a guy like Kyler Gordon is healthy, because for those reasons. John. I need Bijan in my fantasy, so he had a big run just now. So if you talk about entire receiving group, tight ends included, I take the Bears. From top to bottom, I take the Bears. Offensive line, I think that's a push. I don't think either offensive line has been great this year. They definitely can't run block in either one of them, so I think they're pretty even as of now. Let's go defense. Defensive line, who do you give it to? Max Crosby makes me give it to the Raiders.
The Raiders all day.
Raiders
all day. I don't see any. I don't see any continuity with that line, man. The Bears line. It's just that Bears defensive line. And Robinson got one last week.
Robinson did get one last.
Noah Sewell is playing decent. He's not that
Swift
speed.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have the speed for man coverage.
No, he doesn't.
But he played well.
I think Sweat got one last week also, right? He picked up one. He got a sack last week. Finally. So yeah, I would give it to the Raiders. I would give the D line to the Raiders.
Linebackers, I would give to the Raiders because they're healthy.
Yeah.
But I probably would say this a push, because even if you look at their linebackers, Jeremiah Pratt, Devin White's pretty good. There's nothing that stands out about their linebackers. I'm not saying that they're bad, but it's not like guys who you were worried about. The guy you're worried about is obviously Max Crosby. So I would go push on that too. I think the Bears and Raiders offensive line, linebacker groups are pretty even. Although Edmonds played amazing last week with the 2 picks. And he seemed to be getting a little better against the run, although the run is also based upon the defensive line, about how they can not get pushed back, because they get pushed back a lot as a whole. DBs, I think that's also a push because of injuries for the Bears. Otherwise, I would have the Bears over them.
Well, when they have the better line, so their DBs are down more time. Yeah. So I don't know if that's a push.
I just think it's slightly a push, especially in man coverage. I would give it to the. Tyreek played good last week. I think people forget that being Tyreek's a very physical cornerback. I think that his prototype is better against other big receivers. Like big corners who are physical.
No,
they're gonna have issues with those quick, fast guys.
Tyreek is buns, man. Tyreek Stevenson is buns.
Last week?
He is buns. He is buns, period. Point blank, period. Him and Wright back there. Buns. B-U-N-S. They're buns.
Prior to last week, out of 8 targets in 2 weeks. Now, he's only been targeted in the first 2 weeks. He was targeted 8 times. He allowed 7 catches and a touchdown.
Buns, man.
Last week, he did not allow any touchdown.
The eyes, they don't tell half truths. They don't tell half truths.
Remember this.
They don't. They don't.
Game 15 come. I don't want you to be like, man, Tyreek has played so well this season.
Hey, you know what? I will come back. I will come back next week and say. I will come back and say next week, like, Tyreek Stevenson balled out. I am not. Yeah, you can clip that. You can clip that. And so you can tell me. You know what, Amp? You were right about him, man. He's bums. Yeah. So we can clip that. Yeah.
He'll be all right. Tyreek.
Okay.
Fine. Physical corner.
Okay, we'll see.
Hey, if not, you talk about the run last week. Tyreek started us off with the fumble recovery. Chased the guy down, pulled the ball out, and kept his feet in bounds. So Tyreek is a good sport. I think
I'm talking about in coverage.
I think he's fine.
Not that good, man. Not that good. If you look at his stats, man, they're not pretty good.
He's very inconsistent. He graded well last week. He graded really well last week. And then the special teams.
You know what? With the special teams, I'm having a problem with Hightower, man. I'm having a problem with Hightower. At this point, I'm saying that's the only coach that should not be back next year. At this point, man, I don't know what happened. What happened? You know what I mean? It's like when we should have kicked the ball out the end zone. I mean, is that just Santos, or was that Hightower saying that Santos? Okay,
If you remember the press conference after the Minnesota game, Ben said we were trying to kick it out of the end zone.
Oh, that's bad. That's bad. See, because like right now, I've ordered the MVP of the team. I've ordered his jersey. That's Torrey Taylor. That's Torrey Taylor, number 19.
But once again, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to vehemently disagree that he is trash juice. He is right now, regardless of what you want to say, injuries, he's the best corner. He's our number 1 corner. Sean Wright is.
I agree.
There's a reason why Sean is bum.
I agree.
If you take out the interception, Sean Wright has been getting beat every which way, every Sunday and every Monday. He has.
I agree with you, man. He is trash. He is. I mean, he's an NFL player, but he is trash. He is buns.
What are you going to get when you're dealing with a guy who he's gone from team to team to team? Just going to look at the depth chart again. The depth chart's not going to change.
It's bad. You're looking at the secondary? Oh, it's bad. It's real bad, man.
So
it's bad.
Your starters are Tyreek, Noshawn Wright, Jalen Jones, and Josh Blackman. And then Kyler Gordon's out. You have Nick McLeod. Nick McLeod's been getting ate up. Now, they played as a group versus a very good passing game last week. They played well. They played really well. But my problem last week wasn't them burst the pass. It was them burst the run, and that's a D-line issue. So, hey.
Yeah, but that safety got to come in there and stick his head in there. If you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the safety got to come in there and stick his head in there against that run.
Always bringing those safeties down, you're susceptible to the pass. So the D-line has to sustain to not get pushed back into the linebacker. So the linebackers don't get that secondary.
And that's been a problem. That's been a problem. Just like I'm questioning that Grady Jarrett signing, man. Like another one. You know what I'm saying?
Grady Jarrett is more of a pass rusher. Billings does not play well. Billings is supposed to be the run stopper.
No, he's not. No, that's my point.
Yeah,
that's my point. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Chris Williams are supposed to be your run stopping D tackles, and they have been getting moved out of the way. Billings is your typical old school nose tackle. He's 300 plus. He's a big guy. He's not a pass rusher. He's not going to get to the pass rush. He's supposed to take up 2 guys.
Just stop the run. Just stop the run. Do one thing and do it well. But he can't. And he's not that anymore. He's not that anymore.
Unfortunately, he has not played well. Now, I definitely want to see more with Grady being out. I want to see more from Shamar Turner, see what he can bring. But because he's a rookie, I don't expect him. He was not known for run run stopping in college because remember, he was a converted defensive end. He played
Right.
every year of college at Texas A&M as a defensive end. They asked him to gain weight so they can give more access to other guys because they liked his versatility. They asked him to put on 30, 40 pounds, and he played defensive tackle. But he was not known for stopping the run, and unfortunately, he plays in the Big 12, and the Big 12 has never been known for stopping any goddamn thing on their defenses. I don't care what team you are in the Big 12. But I don't think that's the Bears. So the Bears being able to stop the run is going to be literally a game in, game out issue until they can prove it on a consistent basis. We're going to have we as a fan group are going to have questions about the run defense, whether they play.
Not me. Not me. I don't have any questions about it. I already know.
I'm just saying it's a game.
I already know.
We don't see them get better. That's what I'm saying. Is that we're going to have questions about can they become better until they become better. Is it just a system thing? Is it a personnel thing?
I think it's a personnel right now. And I think it's a personnel, coach. It's a personnel thing. I think what we see is what we get. But you know what? No, we'll see. We'll see after this week because we're going into the bye. So, you know what I mean? We'll see after this week. Mm-hmm.
So look, I think before we get into our predictions, the Bears have a bye week next week before we meet the Commanders for Monday Night Football. I think the bye week, I would prefer the bye week more mid-season to late season, but I think it hits the Bears at a perfect time with a lot of injuries. You get an extra week to get guys like Kyler back, to get TJ back, to get Darnell Wright back, to get healthy, to reassess. Ben said in his press conference that he actually their gauging point for what they thought this team, what they want from this team has been the bye week. That way they can say, okay, after 4 weeks, what do we need? What are we good at? What are we not good at? What type of team we are? And sometimes that doesn't come till mid-season, but if the benchmark for the coaches was 4 games, and if you come out of here with a win, then you can say, okay, let's regroup so we can attack these next 4 games, the second quarter of the season, and then let's progress there. And it's still about growth with a young team. I know people want to see playoffs and 10, 11, 12 wins, but it's still progression when you have a brand new coaching staff. Okay, so let's get to our predictions. I'm looking for my last week's predictions, but we'll just move on. Crap, I had a pen. Commish, since you're off board, I know you have it. Hey, anyone out there who's still tuned in, please give us your prediction for scores. What's your prediction, Commish, since you're off screen right now?
My prediction here. So, sorry, like I said, my internet's been kind of shaky, kind of been having a little bit of a lag, but hopefully you can hear me good now. And I do think, like I said, this is a very winnable game for the Bears. Like I said, we don't have too many of these winnable games that we have on our schedule this year. I think the Saints after this one is the only one that we can look at. I'm like, okay, like that should be winnable and whatnot. So I do have the Bears winning this game. Have them winning 27 to no, I'm sorry, have them win them 28-24. So
28-24.
Caleb.
Okay.
Hopefully Caleb can have another consistent game like he did last week.
Just to recap last week.
My intro, that's the main thing I want with Caleb. Build up.
Jeez, they are opening up on them.
Yeah, I want him to consistently have these games. He needs to have 3 or 4 of these good games where he looked like he did last week before he can have a game where he looked far. But those are my predictions.
You talk about winnable games. You said the Saints are the next winnable game right now. So I
agree, Commish. I agree with you.
Real fast.
I agree with you.
So before we get to the rest of the prediction, just saying how football is still football and any given Sunday. The Falcons looked horrible last week versus the Carolina Panthers, and Penix got benched for Kirk Cousins. Right now, after the bye week, we play the Washington Commanders. Right now, Penix has 2 touchdowns, 240 yards in the third quarter, and Atlanta's up 24-16. So you remember, this is still football. Any team could have a good week, have a bad week, come back and repel. So the Commanders aren't world beaters yet. Even Bijan had 56 yards. So the Commanders are beatable. Yes, they don't have their quarterback, but it don't matter. You play who you play when whoever's healthy. Amp, what you got for the score?
I got the Bears 27-17. The Bears.
Mm-hmm. Okay, just to recap for last week for all the scores. Everyone had it high scoring except for you. You got pretty high scoring last week. We all picked the Cowboys. Our guest Mike had the Bears 31-27. You had the you had the Cowboys 27-17. I had the Cowboys 31-30, and Crooked had them 34-20. So he had the biggest gap of 14. So yes, so Commish has 28-24. You have 27-17. I'm going to say that we see. I don't think this will be a low scoring game. I think both teams can put some points on the board. I think I will say I got the Bears 27-23. I think, but that score being close doesn't mean I think the game will be close. I think that 27-23, but the Bears will look like they've been in control for the majority of the game. Excluding the Lions game, the Bears have been in control 3.5 quarters of the Lions game. They've been in control 4 quarters of the Cowboys game. They will control them the whole game regardless of the score. So I think that the Bears have been a lot better in controlling teams and looking like the better team, except for no part of the Lions game. They were even for a quarter and a half. Versus the Lions. Other than that, the Lions were pretty much the more dominant team. So I think the Bears are the better team. I think overall they're the overall better coach team, but yes, Pete Carroll is a better head coach. So we're all taking the Bears this week. We have anything on the
What do we have in the chat? What kind of scores do we have in the chat?
Uh, 38-13. Man, y'all big scores like this college, man. Y'all be picking scores like this Madden or this, this is a UCF, Bama versus Arkansas Tech or something, man. Like this is still the NFL. Still the NFL, although the Eagles are beating the brakes off the Bucks, and the Bucks are a solid team, 31-13. Shoot, the Saints look good right now. Versus
this is bad.
The Buffalo's beating the Saints 21. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Buffalo is beating the Saints, but the Saints look competitive. They got another quarter to play, and the Saints are within a score, so it's still football, guys. Bears 28-10. Happy Sunday. Thank you so much. Keep tuning in.
Happy Sunday. Bear down. Thanks for tuning in.
So yeah, you got anything on the betting line? Anything that looks interesting to you? I ain't gonna lie. I don't know the point spread.
I haven't even checked it out. Commish. Coach. I haven't checked it out, man.
Let me get the quick betting line before we get offline. It is 12:24 Mountain Time. Give me 90 seconds to type this in. Bears, Raiders, betting line. Wish I typed faster I wish I typed as fast as I was talking. The Bears are favored by a 1.5 against the Bears.
Oh,
for the game.
You mean against the Raiders? 1.5 against the Raiders?
Yes, that's what it looks like. I don't know. This is per Fox Sports. So yeah, they have the Raiders as a 1.5 favorite. They're at home. Both teams are 1-2, and the over/under is 48.5. I will take the over.
I was about to say, take the over.
They're playing in a dome, so I think it's going to score some points. Perfect conditions. I don't see a defensive struggle in a perfect condition.
I take the 1.5. I'll take the Raiders giving the 1.5 to the Bears. I take that.
You take the Raiders?
No, I take the Bears. I take the Bears giving it 1.5. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I take that.
They'll be plus since they're the team that's not supposed to win. I would definitely take the plus 1.5 for the Raiders on that. Any small picks you would take? Any yardage? Anytime touchdowns?
Anytime touchdown for Rome. for Rome.
Okay.
Anytime touchdown for Rome.
That would be a
and check this out. One rushing touchdown for Caleb Williams. Anytime. One rushing touchdown for Caleb Williams. Anytime. I take that.
So I agree with the anytime touchdown for Caleb, running or throwing, obviously. But running definitely, he's been doing a good job. But I think the line will look okay today. I think the line will look okay today. I'm confident. I would take, not gonna lie, I'm gonna keep doing it until it happens. I'm gonna take Swift 50 yards. I'm gonna take it every week. I'm gonna take him every week. Every week.
Okay.
Every week I'm gonna take.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Swift 50 yards. I'm gonna take D.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna take DJ receiving 50 yards. I'm gonna take Rome 60 yards receiving, and I'm gonna take Caleb plus the side I use usually goes from 225 to 250. So I'm gonna take Caleb's plus 225 passing. Plus 225 passing.
Okay.
Well,
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
last thing I will say is I'm going to predict that the Bears are going to come together and have a 100-yard game rushing as a whole. Yes, hopefully without Caleb putting up 50 yards, but I think the running back, this is the week that the Bears running game collective comes up with 120 yards rushing combined. Running back, not quarterback.
Yeah, running game. So you're including DJ Moore and
winning. Yeah, I'm going to conclude today because DJ is different because he's getting handoffs. It's different when the quarterback is scrambling. So I'm going to take the Bears combined 120 rushing. In fact, I'm going to write that down.
That's a lot. Yeah, write that down. That's a lot.
Plus 120 yards minus QB rushing stat.
Okay.
All right. So hold me down to it, people. Hey, remember, check us out on all social media. Please like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps the algorithm with all the weird shit that Facebook is doing right now. So like and subscribe. Tune in before every Bears pregame show. Remember, Tuesday, Chicago Clubhouse podcast, brought to you by Chicago Clubhouse Network, will be on Tuesday with the guys. Frank the Tank, Foul Mouth C. I think he has a different name, but Foul Mouth C is what I know him as.
He's Edge. He's Edge now.
Edge now. Yeah. Edge. Foul Mouth C. GB, my man. Shout out to those fellas and T Nick and whatever guest they have. Shout out to Saturday's show, which is Easy Does It. Shout out on Wednesdays. Hey, Crooked, plug your show on Wednesday.
All right, check this out. I want to shout out everybody in the chat. I was live. The best producer in the business, Crooked Commish. Appreciate you. It was one more. It's one more, man. Easy. Hey, you guys need to check out Easy Does It on Saturdays, man. Easy Does It for us. That's our co-host, one of our co-hosts. Easy Does It on Saturdays, man. You need to check him out. It's nice. Yeah, I tuned in last night. Yeah. Easy be dropping them dimes on you, man. Be dropping that knowledge on you. Need to check them out, man.
If you're sick of us blowhards who are, suit and tie up and trying to be professional, if you need a little
Easy laid back. He's just too cool, man. He sits back like this. And gives his thought. So yeah, check Easy out on Saturdays. And also always bear down.
Absolutely. Very well said, Amp.
The Bears won last week. So you're going to see it.
No, man. Stop that, Chef. Stop that, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. We were almost through it. We were almost done. Come on, Commish. We're not gonna do that, man. There is no claw, man. There is no claw. Only bearing down.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
That's what I'm saying. What? Stop it, you guys. Stop it, man.
Lord. Oh, my God.
So, real quick before we guys go, Wednesday nights is the Crooked Commish show with fantasy football. Please, if you guys are into fantasy football, check us out. We talk more. It's not just Bears talk. We get into it all. I have my co-host, the Mal from the Bay. He's a 49ers fan, joins me more often than not. And more often than not, I do have other guests that we pull in from other shows and just like to chop it up and talk fantasy. So if nothing else, guys, hopefully everyone enjoys your Sunday. Be safe out there. Be good out there. And hopefully the Bears, like I said in the intro, can leave Vegas even, which is something that we always thrive and hope that we can do whenever we leave Vegas, is at least break even. So be safe out there. Like I said, next week is a bye week, so we're not going to have a show next week. We're going to be off. So if you don't see us, don't panic. We didn't get canceled, you know. So
no,
we'll be back for the following week versus
here.
Yeah.
Yes, versus the Commanders for Monday night, I believe. So yes. So be safe out there, guys. Be good out there. Can't be good. Damn it, at least be good at it.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
All right, fellas.
Down, bear down.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.